if we want to solve a quadratic equation with terms everywhere, like you see terms on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, you want to bring those terms to the same side again, so that it will come with a 0 on one side and the rest of the terms on the other side. In this example, I probably will have those two terms close to the right-hand side, giving us 4x squared plus 23x plus 33, so that we will have 0 on the other side. This is the trinomial I will enter into my graphing calculator. 4x squared plus 23x plus 33. On my calculator, this time let me clear this. I can go to y equals and enter this equation into it. 4x squared plus 23x plus 33. Press graph. You will see a parabola. The parabola you're going to see may not be perfect. The window that the calculator is using may not be the best for the parabola at this time. Usually the calculator will give us a domain from -10 to +10. And the y value goes from -10 to +10. What your graphing calculator would usually use. You can press window to look at it. Those are the numbers that we usually use for the domain and range, but it may not be the best. When you take a look at the parabola at this time, it seems like we only have 1 0. But given this parabola goes so steep in this case, there could be more to look at. I can get my calculator to zoom into it. I can use the zoom button on my calculator. The zoom button on your calculator. At the zeros. Here is the graph that you want to look at. You are looking for the x-intercept of your parabola. And I will get my calculator to focus at this region. Under the zoom menu, I can create a box. I can create a box using the left and right arrow. Using the direction arrow, I will be able to create a box. And here, let me choose this point to be my first point of my box. You may want to use a different point for your box, doesn't really matter. And you can use these arrows to create a box. Once you have a box you like, press enter, and it will give you a better picture. So now, on your graphing calculator, we actually see 2 points on the x-axis. We will have 2 x-intercepts on your graph. 1 point on the left and 1 point on the right side. You can get your calculator to find these 2 points. You can go second and calculate. And your calculator will allow you to find the 0, which means the y-intercept, the x-intercept. There are 2 points, and we will do it one at a time. we will choose a left boundary and a right boundary for the first zero. And your calculator will help us to find the zero on the left hand side. In this case, we have -3, a nice number. And for the second point, find the zero, this time the one on the right hand side. And your calculator will help us to find this zeros, -2.75. So when you take a look at this parabola, we saw a parabola that opens up, positive parabola, having a y-intercept at 33. And then since it is a plus, we will see a parabola that shifts to the left. We saw a parabola that go this way, it's just a quick sketch, and we end up with these 2 points. We end up getting -3 and -2.75. And these are the two solutions for your quadratic equation here. And once again, if you don't have a graphing calculator, it will take you quite some time to create your table of value and find the point that will give us a zero. Well, you can probably come up with that with one of the answer, but you are not going to come up with the other solution in this case, which makes your graphing calculator so useful. It will reduce the amount of work